Rickwood Field, I think we all thought was an amazing experience. There was just this one little thing that I would have changed.
Okay.
Just this one tiny thing, if it were me.
Other than the Lamont Wade roster snub situation.
Yeah, there was that.
Which bugged you.
It did.
Cool that he was there, though, nonetheless.
And they did everything they could to feature him. He had the lineup card out. Yeah. They did send, I think, something from his uniform.
Yeah, to Cooperstown.
To Cooperstown, and he will be the representative of the Giants in the story that's told at Cooperstown of this day. So they thought of a lot, but there was one thing I would have changed. I would have had the Giants score more runs than the other team.
Okay, there is that.
So there's that. And I tell you what, I don't know exactly what I want to see these guys do next, but I feel like it's time to start pushing some buttons. Bob Melvin seems very, very frustrated. Chippy at Chappy, whatever. Keaton Wynn is not doing it. Keaton Wynn as a starting pitcher right now is a problem. And he's giving up runs in bunches. He's doing it early. He's
doing it often.
He's forcing a team that has an uncanny knack to hang around and battle back in games, but they're doing it too often. They're having to do it too often. And this team was built on pitching, and we talked about this a little bit just, I think, a couple of weeks ago, whether or not you sort of, and I hate this phrase, give them a pass, but the whole idea of the Giants, you built this team to have a real juggernaut pitching staff, and they really, really, really don't. They really don't have a juggernaut pitching staff. It's impossible to remove from this conversation that more than half of them are hurt. Also impossible to remove from this conversation, though, that to a degree, you could have seen some of this stuff coming. Alex Cobb was not healthy when the season started. Blake Snell was signed at a time where he wasn't even going to be involved in spring training. The Tristan Beck thing happened during spring training, and you acquired Robbie Ray full well knowing that he was coming off of reconstructive surgery on his elbow. The Harrison thing, that stinks. Logan is Logan. Hicks has been a win, but one way, shape, or another, the depth that is needed for them to hang in there is not there. This is supposed to be the soft spot in the schedule. They're not doing it. They're going to come out of a home series against the Cubs next week and face Dodgers, Braves, Guardians. Bang, bang, bang. You're going to get about 11 games of elite opponents right in your face. And that's to end June and move into July. And if you don't play well during that period of time, no matter what your excuses are, you can get knocked out of this thing.
Yeah.
You can get knocked out of this thing real fast.
And you probably won't have Ray or Cobb, and you may have a little Snell at the end of that 11 game. I don't know how soon he'll be able to come back, but you're going to have to navigate a very difficult stretch with basically what you have, unless you want a Mason Black or Carson Wisenhunt, who has not been great in AAA.
Yep.
If you want to go to Landon Roop, rather. I got it backwards. Landon Loop, Landon Roop. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. And, Keaton Wynn has not been good, but what else are you going to do? Are you going to go to 3 openers with Harrison out? You can't really do that, and I think you're starting to see the bullpen is a little bit more taxed than you'd like to see it.
No doubt.
I mean, do you want to go to Kaiwei Tang again as a guy who was a long man early, and he was terrible? Everything you've tried hasn't worked. So is that a Melvin issue? Is it a Farhan issue? Right now, it doesn't matter. It's an issue because you have a 5-man rotation, and you mentioned it right now. You have 2 starters, and you hope Harrison comes back soon, and then you'll have 3 solid starters, but you're still 2 starters away from a real rotation. And by the time you get everybody up and running and healthy, you might be in a spot where you're 10 games below 500.
Should I read the text?
From?
Mark Randy.
You should.
8:58 a.m.
Yeah, I was still stirring. Mid-diaper change, and I had my watch, which gets my messages, and it was zzz, zzz, zzz. My, hold on. Grandy's more important than you in this moment.
Well, I mean, this is what we do. This came from a text that I sent at 7:50 a.m.
Yeah, you woke me up.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
It's time to get to work.
Baby was still sleeping.
This is not a 4-hour show. This is a round-the-clock job.
It's a 24-hour show.
Yeah, it's a good.
Tell that to the missus.
It's a great job, but I love it when people are like, "Would you dial out?" I'm like, "No, I won't." Because I don't.
Maybe from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Yeah, when I'm on vacation, I'll dial out. Outside of that, yeah, I'm going to be looking at this.
The last vacation, you were listening to your boy, the Dibber, so.
That's true.
Anyway.
That was a short vacation.
Read the text. He was mad.
They're just a bad baseball team. Unless something changes in the next few weeks, I want them to sell at the deadline, knowing full well they won't. You won't. The quote, promise of the healthy pitching staff is not enough for me. I need to actually see something, not just hope it all works out. Fair statement.
Yep.
Very fair. Would you like to expand, Mr. Grandy, on your 8:58 a.m. statement?
Sure. Yeah. I think, in my opinion, I might be in the minority here. In fact, I think I probably am, at least in this room. When I'm approach how I want my baseball team to deal with the trade deadline, I come from a position where the baseline is sell. You only buy when the team proves to you that they deserve and need, another player, another couple of players in to legitimately accomplish something. Up to this point, this team hasn't proven to me that they deserve that move yet. They need to prove something to me. They haven't proven that to me yet. And if they don't prove that to me by the time the deadline comes around, sell. Okay. And I'm not talking about selling your young stars, selling some of the pieces that might not even be around here next year.
Well,
prove for the move. I like that part of it.
I'll give you this. Like right now, and again, this changes week to week. The Giants could win the next 4 in a row, and then everyone's going to be like, okay, we got action.
Right.
It's true. We will. There's no doubt. As we sit here in this moment, I'll give you a name that I've really supported. I have supported big time, especially this year. No. A player.
Sorry.
A player.
Okay. Sorry.
As we sit here today, it's June 21st. I can give you a name that I guarantee you a lot of Giants fans are like, yes, that guy's in the lineup every day. And we should trade that person right now, and I can give you 2 good reasons why. Okay? This may change. This could change very quickly. So I'm going to meet you in the middle, Grandy. I can give you, as we sit here today, a name that's probably a good idea for the Giants to shop. Does it count as buying or selling? It feels a little bit more like selling, but it wouldn't necessarily mean, hey, we're not trying to compete.
Can I guess?
You ready for the name?
Can I guess the name?
Why don't I just tell you coming up next?
Oh, God, you're such